Hey kids, you're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast. Prepare for the SML Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is the SML. You motherfucker! I know you're trying to pull an Aki. I'm not keeping it.
What?
Not keeping it. I want to do a goddamn intro.
That's
Why
not
isn't it
fair. Because Aki's got to be kept.
Well,
I don't care.
And
if she did it tonight, I wouldn't keep it either. Kept. Or I could just keep all of this about us bitching about fucking you morons interrupting me.
Aki's preferential treatment on the podcast. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I knew it all this time. I didn't want to admit it.
I mean, technically, she's been doing reviews a lot longer.
I have.
Yeah, but I've known you a lot longer.
I'm sorry, Joe.
Yeah, that's kind of a detriment when you think about it.
And I was on the show way earlier than her. You
were a single-digit appearer.
Yeah, I thought he had been doing it longer than me. I thought he just disappeared for a while or something.
He never did reviews until like recent-ish.
Oh.
He would just like come on and hang out.
Like recent-ish? Dude, I was doing reviews back in like 2016.
I know, but compared to like everything else,
that's 10 years.
But not 10 years on here.
Scary that I know you 10 years.
You've known me longer than 10 years.
Really? How?
Yeah. How good's your math?
Huh?
Not very.
1 plus 2 is 12. Fuck. Everyone knows that.
Alrighty.
So, how is everybody's week?
It's pretty good. It was pretty good.
Hopefully you guys talk more than you did on Tuesday.
What? Yeah.
Why? What happened Tuesday?
You guys didn't say shit. You were there. You know that.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, like, stuff.
We started review 7 minutes into the show.
I was irritated that day.
All right. So we were efficient is what I'm hearing. So
yes, extremely.
So
I
good
do
job on us, Aki.
I do appreciate that when I posted in the pissing and planning that I'm not feeling that great and to like keep reviews like 5 to 8 minutes, every single one went 10 after that.
I was trying to make them shorter too. Shit. I saw that and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Mission failed.
Yeah. Mission failed successfully. I approve.
That is what we do on this show. We fail spectacularly.
But we do it with style and gumption.
Yeah. Do we?
At least gumption.
I do it with a dope shirt on.
What's your shirt?
SML Podcast.
Oh, why don't you show it to the camera?
It is on camera, you moron.
I know, but like more. There you go. Show them titties.
This is the original run shirt.
Stupid Sense. Yeah.
Yeah. This is like the old original run and still holding up really friggin' well. I think it was
nice.
What's a company with the squid? Custom Ink?
Good Games?
No, it's the shirt server. Whoever made the shirts, good quality. I can't think of the name off the top of my head.
Right on.
Good shit though. Our new shirts are pretty good too. Before our show, I was watching our friend Len from Sword Tech Games do some streaming, and he was wearing an SML 10 years, 10 listeners shirt. So that felt pretty cool. And he was like, yeah, I washed this thing like 40 times and it's still holding up really well.
I was gonna say my shirt's holding up really well too. Yeah.
The shirts are very good quality. I am surprised.
Nice. Been nice.
I'm very happy with them. If you check out our merch page,
Yeah.
esmlpodcast-shop.fourthwall.com, and you can buy a cup with Jacob's face on it.
Oh, yeah.
And then you
That's
can
the one
take a
with Joe's
baseball
face.
bat to it.
Yeah, we have Jacob Garner
That's... No.
and
I hate
a
my
cup
life.
of Joe. I was proud of that one.
Yeah.
We sold 2 of those, both to me and both for my parents.
Nice.
Well, hold on. We're about to sell more. Remember?
When?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to talk to you about that. I got paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure that out then.
Okay, we're not going to discuss it on the podcast.
No, we don't have to.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you could if I don't care. You could.
Huh.
Go ahead. What are we doing?
We're sending a care package to Stevie at Outright Games.
We're gonna,
Oh,
He
we're
doesn't
gonna
know,
send
he doesn't know about it.
we're gonna send a 10 years 10 listener shirt and 2 mugs with our
Nice.
faces.
I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, you should. He's a great guy, and we torment him endlessly.
Clearly.
Oh shit, the
Good
beanies are sold out. Oh, those are good beanies too. They're right up for it. I basically made this to order from myself for the winter, but if other people want to wear this stupid flipping thing, be my guest. Give me money.
Nice. Been nice.
Yeah. It's a really comfortable beanie too. I'm really happy with it.
Turns out that the SML shirt store is actually just Joe's own clothing store.
It
He has
really
guarantees
is.
he has-
Dude, I have ordered so many shirts. I have
He
ordered
likes his clothes.
so many shirts. I ordered the Jesus was a Mark shirt. I wore that one, and we stopped at a place to eat, and there was like a really religious lady behind the counter who didn't see the Jesus was a Mark part, only saw the Jesus praying part, and was like, "I like your shirt." And I just smiled and nodded.
Nice.
So I used to have a t-shirt that said "Sin Like You Mean It" on it. And I wore it to work one day. And my boss was like, "You're going to get us in trouble." And sure enough, some church crowd came in looking for some costume stuff for their something or other. And I had to explain away my shirt. And I was like, "Hey, Jesus died for our sins. Like, if you're going to sin, you may as well make it count, right?" And she totally bought that somehow. And I got away with it. And I was never allowed to wear that shirt to work ever again.
Very nice. I like
you
the
don't
Ball
wanna
Squad
offend
shirt
Jesus.
too.
I need to get one of those still.
Too. They're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So enough about our merch. That
Yeah,
no
I
one
was gonna
buys
say-
anyway.
My week consisted of like video games and gardening, and I got some sprouts and I was so excited I wet my plants. I just wanted to say that. Anyway, but no, I got little sproutlings and I'm super excited.
Nice.
Very cool. Retired USAF is asking, wait, drink weed? Because there's a drink weed shirt.
Yes.
That was originally made as a joke, but now they actually sell like THC syrup that I can actually drink. So
Nice.
that's actually a new channel point reward, by the way, is to drink weed.
All right.
Yeah. Jacob, how was your week? How you feeling?
I mean, I'm better than last week. Still like really tired and stuff, and yeah, still plenty of mucus and crap, but otherwise all right.
Very good. Aki, what'd you do this week?
Well, I played mostly video games and watched a couple movies, and I got a whole bunch of Gunpla in for my birthday, and
Very nice.
have more Gunpla coming in
Happy
for
birthday, by the way.
birthdyness.
Yeah, happy birthday.
I didn't want to
Happy
make a big
birthday.
deal about it on the show because I didn't know if you wanted us to. So I just like, unless you
Yeah.
mention it, I'm not going to say anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't really care one way or the other. I don't super celebrate it, so never really have.
We need to get the Grant song on here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Surprised you don't have that on here, actually.
It's too long. Clips are
Yeah,
limited to
that's fair.
5 seconds.
They need to change that so badly.
They do. That would be a horrible idea.
100%, but it would be fantastic at the same time. It'd be horrific, but fantastic, and it would be great.
Joe, what'd you add to the soundboard? A Tool song? Oh, fuck.
Just the entire song, too.
14 minutes later. You can't play that sound effect anymore.
And then you'd see me, like, do it, and I'd hit it, like, 3 times and have it overlapped.
Oh, God.
What happens if I hit the drink weed thing on Twitch?
Then I have to drink weed. It's
all right.
It explains what it is. Did you read it?
I mean, now I did.
Proud of you. Words are helpful.
How many of those would you have to click to get you super fucked up?
I don't know. Yeah, fucked you, hoser. Peach or honey? You pick.
I'm gonna go with peach.
All right, let's do this. I will.
So are you just gonna drink just straight up the?
Oh yeah.
Syrup or okay. Yeah. Wasn't sure if it was supposed to be mixed in something or what.
You could mix it if you want, but it's good enough to just sip on it. Delicious too. We got to get more.
By the end of the show, you might have to.
Oh man, should we talk about news? Because there is a chunk of news that we got to discuss.
Yeah.
There are.
Let's get into this. The big news of the week is that the Switch price increase is happening. Nintendo announced that the price will go from $449 to $499 effective September 1st. Price is already up in Japan.
Damn.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yep. Thank you for the 4 biddies, USAF.
Yeah, sadly, once the price of everything went up, we knew it was going to eventually happen.
Yeah. I mean, we saw this coming from a mile away, but it's here. You got a couple of months to get in there. Or this summer, Nintendo is going to offer a brand new bundle. It is going to be the Switch 2 for $499, and you get to choose a digital download of either Mario Kart World, Pokopia, or Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh, I would have gone Pokopia out of those 3. That game looks so cute.
Yeah, I want to try that one. But there you go. If you want a Switch 2 this summer, $499, get a Switch 2 and one of those 3 games.
Nice.
Nintendo Switch Online added 5 games this week, all for the Virtual Boy, with V-Tetris, Jack Brothers, Space Invaders Virtual Collection, Virtual Bowling, and Vertical Force all being added.
Nice.
Tomodachi Life Living the Dream has hit 3.8 million units sold on the Switch. Pokemon nice. Pokopia has hit 4 million. And Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green have also sold 4 million in 6 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah, and they're being sold for $20 too, each.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Which, when you think about it, isn't bad considering the secondhand prices of those games. But
it's like insane.
They should be on Nintendo Switch Online. Come on, throw it on the Game Boy lineup. No, they got money instead. PlayStation Plus game catalog for May 19th. Next week, they are getting Star Wars Outlaws, Red Dead Redemption 2, Bramble the Mountain King, the Thaumaturge, Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
Enotria, The Last Song, and Broken Sword, Shadows of the Templar Reforged.
Damn, they're getting a lot of good shit.
They are.
Yeah.
Good month. And then PS Plus Premium is getting Time Crisis. 1 game once again.
Oh, well.
But at least PlayStation's getting old games added to their lineup. Xbox could learn a thing from that. Hint, hint, please, Xbox. Anniversary. Restart the program. Some crazy news. Sony has recorded a $560 million loss in the Bungie acquisition.
Nice.
Ow.
Yeah, that's a lot of money lost.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
That Bungie acquisition is not looking like it's paying off for Sony. It looks like it has been a bad move. I don't know. Sony hasn't had good luck buying studios lately. And the fact that they closed Blue Point is still just like, stupid.
How long have they owned Bungie again? How many years?
Only a couple years.
It's only been a couple?
Yeah.
I thought it'd been longer than that.
I don't remember what year the acquisition was.
Okay.
22.
Oh, wow.
So 4 years.
Okay, I thought they owned them a lot longer than that. All right.
Nope. Activision owned them or were partnered with them for a very long time. Okay. And when they broke off that, they got eventually bought up by Sony. Visual Concepts, the devs of NBA and WWE 2K games have been hit by layoffs. Numbers have not been revealed, but according to people within the company, it was many. Yeah, not good.
Nope.
Batman Arkham Knight got a surprise Xbox PC launch and is now a Play Anywhere title.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Katsuhiro Harada, formerly of Bandai Namco and known for his work on the Tekken franchise, has joined SNK to head up a new studio by the name of Versus Studio.
That one, I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Jumping teams. We'll see what goes on there.
You got to wonder what the hell happened over at Bandai Namco.
Yeah. I don't know. Last bit of news I have is sure to be a contentious piece of news. The game Party Animals is hosting a video contest. The catch: Recreate Studios says the videos must be made with AI.
Nope, fuck that.
The general population...
Too fast.
The general population has not been receptive to the news, with many uninstalling the game and ending streams of the game, many pointing out the hypocrisy of the game pushing for environmental awareness while also pulling this shit.
Yep. Some companies have figured it out, and others are just still have to catch up, that's all.
It seems like China, Korea, just the East in general is very receptive of AI compared to the West. It's like a completely, like, they don't see the problem with this.
Yeah.
Like, it's gross how much energy it eats up. And I'm pretty sure they're building a data center near us, and I'm not happy about it.
Oh no, your electricity is gonna fucking skyrocket.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep. Funny that you live like a handful of miles from a nuclear power plant and you still have to pay out the ass for electricity.
Yeah. Painful.
But yeah,
Painful.
the video contest, you must use AI in the contest. People are enjoying the fact that they say you can't do any form of plagiarism when AI is literally nothing but plagiarism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
stupid shit.
I don't plan on playing Party Animals ever again.
That's a shame, because if I remember correctly, you liked that game too.
It was a cute game. It was cute. It was fun. But I'm not going to support this shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I like using it in coding or to help clean up shit, or that's one thing. But to push for your consumers to use AI to create videos, and this is like a $75,000 contest that they're not paying to artists, they're paying to idiots who could type a fucking prompt.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work to get the proper prompt with the proper tuning, and shut the fuck up. You're typing shit. It's not hard work at all.
No, it's just mildly time consuming. That's it.
Ugh. Aki, what news do you have?
Okay, I have a couple pieces, and it's fun because all of it is movie watch stuff. So
It's movie watch. There.
Brendan Fraser. Yeah, I had it up and everything, but when I clicked away earlier, it closed it. But it's in my favorites, so it didn't matter. So Brendan Fraser is finally coming back, and I'm super, super excited for it because he's a super great guy. And he is currently getting back in shape so he can reprise his role as Rick O'Connell from the Mummy movies. They are making a Mummy 4, and 3 of the former cast members are already signed up for it. One of them obviously being him, but also Rachel Weisz as Evelyn, his romantic squeeze. And then the weird doctor guy that was his partner and friend, John Hannah, is also coming back. So, yay, we're getting the original 3 people back in it. And
very cool.
Apparently, it's being directed by the people who did Scream 5. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, realistically. That really depends on if you like that movie or not. It was to me, so. But apparently they're planning on bringing it back more towards its roots. So if you liked the original one, apparently you should like this one. So that's awesome. I'm just glad that he's coming back and doing stuff because I absolutely adore Brendan Fraser. He's just an all-around great person. So I'm just glad to see him coming back. And then my other bit of news is there's a Weird Al Yankovic musical that's currently being worked on with the people behind Moulin Rouge and Beetlejuice. So that should be, that's going to be pretty funny, I think.
All right, so here's my thing with that Broadway musical that's coming up. Like, my issue with it is that, like, I guarantee it's all going to be, like, just Weird Al's hits.
Oh, it definitely is, yeah.
I know, but I would much rather have it be Weird Al parodies Broadway, like Broadway hits.
That would be amazing.
That's the musical. I would rather have that.
That would be pretty cool, actually. Maybe if this one does well, they'll make that one. Because that would be fucking awesome. That would be
magical.
So, yeah, that one's a lot earlier in creation, though, so we don't have a ton of information on it. But, yeah, really cool things in the future for people who like Broadway or people who like films. So, yeah, and that's, I believe, all the information I had, because anything else has gone the way of the dodo and fucked off into a grave.
You realize neither of those were, like, tangentially tied into video games, right?
I don't care. Anytime I get to talk about Brendan Fraser or Weird Al, I'm going to take it.
All right. I mean, fair about Brendan Fraser, fair.
And, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a Mummy game. Pretty sure there's a few of them.
Yeah, there was, PS2.
I'm not going to say they were any good, but...
I think Game Boy
I could have sworn that, I was going to say, I can't remember if it was the Mummy game or the Scorpion King game. Well, I remember one of them got decent reviews, but the big deal about them was that it came because you were using a PS2 to play the game. You also got a free copy of, like, whatever movie you were playing the game of. Oh, that was pretty neat. I don't remember. I think it was the Mummy that the Mummy or the Mummy 2 that did that.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't the Scorpion King because that movie did not rate very well.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got like 5 direct to DVD sequels.
Yeah, I know that's on me and my friend's movie list. We're going to eventually watch all of them. It's going to be painful, and I can't wait. But yeah, that's all my news. So, Bri, what's for you?
I totally spaced earlier when you were talking about Nintendo stuff, and if you already said this, I apologize. But apparently, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is now available on Switch too.
Yep.
I wonder how that plays.
I hear it's a pretty good port.
Nice.
Xbox introduced new Gamerscore badges that are out for some insiders now and will roll out to all users soon. They show up in your profile to note that you've achieved some high numbers. And there's going to be a race for the first person with a 10 million badge, I'm sure. I'll get my 5 million soon enough. I thought that was a cool thing to add.
I have a 1 million badge.
Yay!
Okay, I have a question. Aren't like Stallion and the other people that were like him, haven't they already long since passed like 10 million at this point?
No.
They haven't? I'm shocked.
Nope. The current top is in the 9 millions.
Oh, damn.
I don't know the exact number, but I can look it up real quick. Page 1. No, actually, I'm sorry. We're still in the 8 millions.
Wow.
Yeah. So there you go. 8.5.
And quit, didn't he?
He quit achievement hunting, but he still plays, and he's playing on PlayStation now as well. So yeah.
Waggy's about to hit 8.
Yep. Draggy is about to hit 8.
79, 70, 966. Yep. Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
I hit 1.3.
Awesome.
Very nice. Very nice.
That is awesome. Let's see. Mixtape has been getting some hate, and there has been some review bombing going on over on Metacritic and Twitter. I just have to say, it's one thing to give or have a negative opinion of a game. It's another to just pan something because you want attention on the internet. Please actually play games and give them a chance and form your own opinions before doing something like that. Like, why do people have to suck so bad?
Because they're on Twitter.
Yeah.
They're shitty trolls.
Yeah. So we'll talk about Mixtape later and my opinion of it, because I actually played it. But yeah. Let's see. Anybody into football?
Yep.
The LA Chargers football team just put out a schedule release to the tune of Halo. I just heard about this, so I haven't watched the whole video. I will link it in the Discord and on the chat there. It's pretty darn cool so far. I can't wait to watch the whole thing. I'm not a Chargers fan or even that big a football fan, and I totally want to watch this. It's cool as shit.
Some of those are pretty damn awesome videos.
Yeah.
Last year, the Seattle Seahawks had one that was like a G.I. Joe commercial, and it was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. And then my last bit of news is some not great news.
Hold on, we're getting raided.
Oh, all right.
We got some screaming going on.
Awesome.
Welcome in, Horror Acolyte, and your 8 raiders that joined you in here. I hope everyone is doing well. We are chatting about the news. What's going on in your world, Bri? What did you have?
Oh, yeah. So not great news for Rare. A Sea of Thieves partner streamer named Bruno was pushed through the program, and then allegations of child sexual misconduct came out against them.
Ugh.
A lot of the biggest partnered streamers today have left the partner program or threatened to do so in light of Rare's less than stellar statement about the community management fiasco. It was a non-statement basically that says they're investigating, but Bruno has been banned since this all came out. But there are still other problematic individuals who played with Bruno on his streams that are from the community management team. So that's not fucking good. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yep.
Yeah. So I hope that they're able to pull back from that and turn it into something positive, or at least have some accountability for some people, because that is not okay. But that's it for my news.
All right, Jacob, what do you have?
Well, believe it or not, eBay rejected GameStop's offer to purchase them.
I forgot about that.
I already did too.
The eBay board of directors, essentially, they have a nice little 2-paragraph thing, which is essentially can be summed up to fuck you.
Didn't they say like it's not a credible offer or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is concluded that your proposal is neither credible nor attractive.
You ugly bitch.
Yes.
So there's that.
Man, I honestly can't wait for GameStop to just go down the drain at this point.
Yeah, he did it for a reason, though. And he's just going to turn around and get in there, and he's planning on, since this didn't work, he's planning on actually talking to people who have stock so he can get their stock.
Jesus.
Instead. Well, it's all based on if he can raise GameStop's value and some other metrics to a certain amount, he gets a ton, like a metric fuck ton in bonuses, and that's all he's after. He doesn't care if it lasts for 6 months. As long as he hits those metrics, he gets that money. What happens even a month later, he doesn't give a shit about. And that's what he's going for, just trying to hit those metrics. And if he had somehow succeeded in that, that would have gotten him most of the way to it, or some shit like that. So, yeah, that's all this is. He doesn't actually care all that much because he's just going to go around about theory.
Sure.
All right. Aside from video games, what is GameStop mostly stock nowadays?
Pokemon
Funko
cards.
Pops, it's collectibles.
Funko Pops and what?
Pokemon
Collectibles.
cards.
Yeah, and they handle grading now at stores, right? Or like they handle a service to handle it, to like have it sent off to get slabbed and all that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
So PSA. So where do a lot of Funko Pops end up, aside from landfills?
eBay.
That was my answer.
eBay, so that someone can buy it and then put it in the landfill.
What does eBay also deal a lot in?
Collectibles.
Cards.
And Pokemon cards.
Like, which also, like, they work with, I believe they actually work with PSA on this shit. What if the actual, like, impetus behind this is that Funko and PSA are trying to get out of any, like, financial issues and control their own markets? They have GameStop as a physical, eBay as an online.
Would you like to know something really funny?
The
CEO, who is the one who tried to do all of this, he was also banned off of eBay. Wanna know why? He went into the back rooms of lots of GameStops, found all their promotional stuff that was sent to them, and started selling them himself.
Yeah. I heard about that. Like, raided their vault or whatever. All right, and the only other bit of news I have. Yeah. We're getting a game show based on Wordle. Savannah Guthrie. Yeah, it's going to be on NBC, hosted by Savannah Guthrie. Plans to premiere in 2027.
I feel like there was a game show that already is that type of game that was from like the 90s or something.
I mean, there used to be a Scrabble.
There is a Scrabble now. They brought it back.
Oh, there's a new Scrabble game show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh. I don't know. I'm trying to think of any other word ones from the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
There was one that the Family Channel used to air, and I don't remember what the hell it was.
You might want to watch the new Scrabble.
Injury told me about this, too. It's called Lingo.
Yeah, it's on Game Show Network.
Yeah.
Lingo. Let me look that one up.
Maybe it wasn't as old as I'm thinking, but yeah, apparently that was a thing. It was in the 80s. There you go.
No, there was a new one on Game Show
it.
Network in like the 2000s as well.
Oh, okay. There was. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the old game shows are coming back.
Yeah.
RuPaul used to be the presenter.
See, I do pay attention to the things my husband says. Anyway.
Good job.
All right. Anything else, or are we diving into reviews?
We are diving into reviews.
Should I be awkward and not know what to do at this point, Jacob?
Yes.
Why?
Because of how Tuesday went.
How did Tuesday go, Joe? I don't know what you speak of.
Good thing it's in the episode, and I didn't edit any of it.
Praise baby Jesus.
It's funny to listen to and like just hear the frustration in my voice building. All right, let's dive in. All right, let's dive into these. First game to talk about tonight is Invincible Versus, developed by Quarter Up, published by Skybound, released April 30th as Xbox Play Anywhere, PS5, and PC for $49.99. Invincible Versus is a brutal superhero 3v3 tag fighting game set in the Invincible universe, where you can battle to the death as a team of fan-favorite characters and iconic locations. Unleash bone-breaking combos through fast combat and smart defensive tactics to leave a trail of blood and destruction. Land vicious super moves and ultimates to leave your opponents in a mess of blood. Jacob, how bloody did the computer make you in this?
Not very, because I had it set to easy. So
GG.
Thank God. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
What is Invincible Versus?
Hold on. Before I actually say anything, I need to actually cough. Okay. So, Invincible Versus is a 3-on-3 fighting game set in the Invincible universe. For those not familiar with it, it is by Robert Kirkman, guy who did The Walking Dead. And it's pretty much just what if Superman was an asshole? And he's here to enslave you. Like, that's the basis of it when it first came out. I haven't followed it since. And to be honest, I haven't watched the show. Like, it's one of those I've been meaning to, but it also felt like one of those, like, God help me if one of my kids came downstairs while I'm watching this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. There's a lot of R-rated stuff like I haven't gotten around to watching because of those damn kids. Anyway,
this game is rated M for mature, so
yeah. And so if you're wondering how bloody this game is, it's bloody. Not Mortal Kombat levels, but there's ample amounts of gore. All right. So, anyways, this is a 3-on-3 fighter. There is a story mode, and it's set up like it's supposed to be kind of like a lost episode of Invincible, I guess you could put it. And to be honest, for a story mode, I was surprised it's actually kind of short. It's about an hour-ish, depending on, if you suck at your fights and that kind of stuff. And the game does choose who you're going to be battling as with that. But, at the same time, I get it. If they're trying to make it like an episode, then I get, keeping it relatively short. It's not like, the latest Mortal Kombat game where they have to flesh out, 30 different people's motives this time. No.
To add to that, the game is written by Invincible TV show writer and producer Helen Lee and the narrative director Mike Rogers from the game.
Okay.
And then there are 25 minutes of cinematics in the game produced by Skybound Animation.
And the animation takes on a very, think of like Into the Spider-Verse. Not like when the visuals are getting like super crazy, but like just when like people are walking around normally. That style of animation with it. I don't know if the show's done like that. I don't believe it is, but anyways, that's the type of like character modeling that you're looking at. It's cool. Like it's fine to watch, but, anyway, so obviously you want to know about the combat. You want to know about the characters. It's a pretty decent roster. There pretty much are 3 types of, fighters that you're going to have in this game. The fast hitters, ones who honestly, I would say they're definitely like more aerial, attacks and stuff like that. Like pretty much anybody who floats is obviously going to be doing more aerial stuff than, people with 2 feet on the ground. But those people I actually struggled with to do any actual damage in this game with. And then you have the heavy hitters who are just pure muscle, beat the shit out of everyone, kind of like Blanca-ish kind of characters.
The Hulk and Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of stuff. And you have this normal meters that you have to fill up, which will determine how strong your attack is, or how strong your special is. And there are everybody gets 2 specials and 1 ultimate. And kind of the ultimate's kind of there is the ultimate doesn't totally kill him. It can, but it's obviously going to be your biggest energy attack. And then there is a kind of finisher that you can do if you end up killing somebody during the middle of a fight, which is possible. And honestly, it's kind of cool. But anyway, so the way that the format of these things work is that it's a 3-on-3 thing. You could swap people out for attacks. You could swap your team out, however you want to. However, it seems like the game doesn't. Let me put it to you this way. It actually one of the nice things about this is that it doesn't let you constantly spam that kind of attack where you're constantly just bringing in new team members and it's counting that as a new attack. And so it actually makes the fights feel like a fight, which I thought was pretty cool. Obviously there is normal amounts of juggling. I believe the team behind this also worked on the old Killer Instinct, the one that came out on Xbox One.
Yeah, some of the members, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And you could definitely kind of, with how the aerial attacks are done and stuff like that, you can definitely kind of get that vibe with it. And then also there is a weird system where at the end of it, it's possible for you to have the most life but still lose, because what it'll do is that let's say the time ran out and it's on a sudden death kind of thing. What it'll do, it'll combine your 3 teammates' health bars together, and then it's just 1v1. That's it. And at the same time, the arena is taking away damage and stuff like that. And it's just I get it, but it also could really fuck you over, because then it's you could have been the winner, but you just lost it because of how it does this sudden death thing. Which I thought was kind of crap, but at the same time, it's different, I don't know. I guess it adds a layer of excitement to it. Now, we'll see how much it annoys everyone.
Yeah. Quick question. Is it when you're fighting the 3v3, if you knock someone out, is that the end of the round, or do you have to knock all 3 people out?
All 3. Okay. All 3.
Because I know some games are if your partners are
they're
still healthy and the main one dies, you're done. So
yeah, no, everybody has to fight.
Very good.
There is obviously couch co-op fighting if you want to do that. Not co-op, but versus fighting. And then of course there's online, which I believe I read that this has that netback roll code or whatever.
Rollback
netcode, whatever. It means something to fighting fans. Apparently this has it, so. But yeah, online play, I was able to find a game within a minute. every single time I tried it. So, like, there's definitely people playing it. So, hooray for that. Now, I mean, was I as good as them? No, of course not. But,
Shocker.
that's to be expected.
Yeah. We should hit the assists and the accessibility options really quick. I know there's an option for a simplified control scheme with an auto combat system. They also have blood and gore toggles. I know creator mode, they have a gore toggle that you can ease up on the violence if you're a streamer. That's good.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I never even thought about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta love the streamer stuff. 18 characters in the game. Character Pass has 4 characters coming out through the year. Anything else we need to hit on?
I don't think so. I mean, like as I said, I think I touched on like the roster of characters. Like, it has like a decent sizable one.
Great voice cast too.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like, the guy that Omni-Man. If that's not J.K. Simmons, it sounds like him.
It's J.K. Simmons. They also have Jillian Jacobs in the game, James Adomian, Ross Marquand, Michael Dorn, Jay Farrow, Phil Lamar.
I thought I heard Michael Dorn.
Yep. Hell of a cast.
Or also, I Am Weasel.
Indeed. All right, well, let's talk about price on this thing. It clocks in at $50. There is a deluxe edition for $70 that includes the character pass and some other goodies. There are also separate a la carte skins that you could pick up ranging from $5 to $10. Overall, $50 on this thing. What do you think?
Honestly, like, I came in here with this game ready to poo-poo it. As you see so many licensed games, as we do. And so I was ready to I don't know how good this is actually going to be. And I was really surprised with it. It's really solid. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't let that much cheese happen. And yeah, if you're a fan of Invincible, definitely check it out. This is a solid game. It was a good use of the IP.
Would you say it's a bloody good time?
Yeah, I guess I would.
Cool. All right, moving on. We got Mixtape, developed by Beethoven and Dinosaur, published by Annapurna Interactive. This one released May 7th on Xbox Series and PC Play Anywhere. Switch to PS5 and PC for $19.99. En route to their final party together, a perfectly curated playlist draws 3 friends into a dreamlike reenactments of their formative memories. Experience a variety of narrative vignettes exploring the pivotal moments that shaped them. Players will immerse themselves in the teenage wasteland by playing through a mixtape of joyful gameplay, from skateboarding and flying to taking photos after hours in an abandoned theme park, hitting baseballs, and putting on a fireworks show from the backseat of a car. That sounds safe. It's the greatest hits of a teenage of experience, from the first kiss to the last dance. Bri, Mixtape has had a mixed reception, but you are loving this one, yes?
I loved the idea of this game before I ever played it. I just love Beethoven and Dinosaur's last game, The Artful Escape, and I love everything Annapurna. And like the last game, this is about music. I'd also say this game is about nostalgia. The story follows some teens through episodes of their lives and how their adventures shape their lives. The main character, Stacey Rockford, is a narrator that speaks directly to the camera, almost Ferris Bueller style. About music, though, she's like a bit of a music snob, but I'd argue she's got style. And then we've got Van Slater, her burnout friend, and Cassandra Marino, who hates being under the thumb of her cop dad. They're all skaters. They all just graduated high school. This is their last night together, and Stacey has made a mixtape CD. Stacey has a bit more monologue than just quips to the camera, though. She narrates all the items we find in spaces like her bedroom. She gives you a front row seat to memories, like her first kiss, complete with a tongue-kissing minigame.
Jesus.
It's kind of gross. And there's actually an achievement for doing it for 60 seconds straight.
Oh my God.
Sometimes you'll come across yellow highlighted objects in your search that'll lead to memory scenes with their own soundtrack to them. This is a cinematic narrative adventure game. This is not an action-oriented game where you have to press a bunch of buttons. This feels more like a series of QuickTime interactions that are often elective. You can do some skate tricks in the beginning, you can rock out in the car, but most of the time they're just for flavor, to give you something to interact with so you're playing a game. There are chapters where doing well will net you an achievement for like hitting all your tricks and jumps, but mostly it's things like jamming out, like in the Artful Escape, as you run through the landscape. It's kind of stuff like that. It's just, you know, something to give you an interactive bit to the game. I also forgot to mention this is a 3D game with linear progression of locations to explore. This is a story experience set in the late 90s. And the basic plot hook, again, is that these three best friends, it's their last day together before they go to Camille Cole's party. And then they will go their separate ways on a California road trip or to stalk Stacy's dream job mentor in New York. And of course, there will be trouble along the way because every good story needs some conflict. But how they use the music for this is incredible. The basic loop of the game is that we explore spaces and the objects within them for memories. We live some memories with awesome music. We talk about our friends and talk to our friends about stuff, music, life, etc., and repeat. But living these memories, listening to this music is a kind of magic for me. This game plays so much like a movie. Heck, I think there were scenes from movies I could see represented in here. And from a nostalgia standpoint, I can see that the writers and director of this game liked a lot of the same bands and movies I do, and that made this feel almost personal. Even the menus look nostalgic. The pause menu looks like a burned CD. You can see the settings menu looks like the back of an old CD case. You have individual sliders for all the aspects of sound and music. You can invert axes. Not a ton of settings, but the game doesn't really need them. Controls are really easy to learn and use. There's a tutorial style pop-up at the beginning of each scene that has something new, like learning how to skate, skip a rock, or TP the principal's house. Finding all the items and conversations in a scene is helped by bright colored indicators for undone items and dull colored for completed ones. And again, yellow highlighted memories also progress the story. The art style is like stylized cartoon. It looks like hand-painted watercolor in cases. The lighting is soft but realistic. The movement of the characters looks like a little bit like stop motion at times. I think I heard someone was streaming this. I was watching, and one of the comments from the chat was like, it looks like the frame rate's low, and I don't think that that's the case. I think that this was definitely an issue of like stylized video. The light and shadow work was done exceptionally well in this game. There's a scene where you're running through the woods and there are leaves falling around and there's movement of light and plant life and butterflies, and it just made me happy. There was a black and white memory where you're moving at a fairly normal pace through a slowed down world filled with rain and like destructibles everywhere, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And you can't talk about this game without talking about the music. It's all curated. Most of the songs aren't the hits you're used to, but they are other songs from bands you've probably heard of, like The Cure, Smashing Pumpkins, Iggy Pop, Devo, The Jesus and Mary Chain, Joy Division, Sushi and the Banshees, Portishead, and more. All these songs are well timed to the gameplay or used as background to evoke emotion or just a vibe. Sometimes it felt like the song was tailored to the game. The music moves seamlessly between scenes, even when it loops, because you spent too much time typing notes instead of just playing the game. But the music isn't just from the 80s and 90s. Man, I had such a hard time actually taking notes for this game because I just could not stop playing the game. So you have pieces of music from the 60s and 70s too. Even the songs you do know from the soundtrack are used in great ways. A couple of them hit me a little hard in the best way at their usage. I listened to this with headphones on, and I would recommend that for you too. There was a moment early on where the friends questioned Stacy's need to always wear headphones, and she said it was to keep the panic away or something like that, and that really resonated with me. There is no streamer mode in this game because they just can't. They made a post about it on social media. The levels are designed around the music.
If you remove the music, you remove the point of the game.
Yeah. So the levels are designed around the music. The characters talk about the music they're listening to. There's no way to silently air guitar or replace the music with something license free. It just wouldn't work. While that makes it hard for me to want to stream this masterpiece for all to see, you'll just have to settle for me talking about it here and then go play it yourself. Seriously, just go play this game. Even if this game feels at times like it's a little bit on the nose with the teen coming of age trope, I still had a blast with the presentation of it all. It was familiar in ways that felt good and fresh enough to make it unique. Sorry. It was playful in the space of memories of being a teenager. Like there's a kaiju mode in the dinosaur park that had me giggling so hard. And there were moments like in life where you feel like you have command of things, like magic, where you can fly, and the game has you act that out as if it were real, and those moments soared. This didn't have the wow factor of The Artful Escape for me, but it absolutely had my attention from start to finish, and that is saying something. This game clocks in at around 5 hours to complete all the achievements, maybe a little longer if you're doing that organically. There is a chapter select. After you completed a chapter, you can easily go back and get some of the pickier achievements, like not missing a jump or a slide during a sequence, or finding all the collectibles in a scene. While this game is on the shorter side, it is definitely worth your time. Like The Artful Escape, I can see myself playing it again for the incredible soundtrack, the story, and the feeling I got playing it. This game is a vibe. I laughed out loud. I got excited when I rocked my shopping cart police chase first try. I jammed along with the music. I definitely just smiled playing this, and I could hardly put it down. There is an artistic preservation over gamification project. Like, that's what this is. This is not, it's not about the game. It's about the feeling. And if you're here for it, I think you'll enjoy.
Very good. It clocks in at $20. It is also a part of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this at $20?
$20 is a great price. You can play this on Game Pass Ultimate. Go play this game. I've added it to the top of my games of the year list. I gotta say, this is definitely my top indie of the year so far. It might be my top game total of the year. I have to think about that. Clearly, this is an enthusiastic buy it for me. You may not like it to the degree I do, but if you like games like Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, The Artful Escape, Life is Strange, even a little What Remains of Edith Finch, I would recommend at least giving this game a try.
Very good. The only thing I am hearing unanimously across the board is that the main character's kind of a bitch.
She's a snob. I wouldn't call her a bitch. I would say she's a snob.
She's divisive, if nothing else.
Fair. That's fair.
All right,
let's she's a teenager. On.
Yeah, we were all kind of dickheads as teens.
I mean, I'm still
Jacob?
a dickhead, but sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, dickhead.
Yeah, I got a clip for that one, too.
You dumbass.
All right, let's move on. Next game to talk about is Deadhaus Sonata, developed and published by Apocalypse Studios, released May 14th, Steam Early Access, $19.99. The creator of Legacy of Kain is back. Become the undead in a third-person narrative-driven action RPG where your choices shape your legend and the world around you. Feed to grow stronger, embrace powerful classes, and carve your path alone or in co-op through a dark realm filled with secrets. Aki, tell us about Deadhaus Sonata, which, yes, Dennis Dyack is back with a new game. What's going on here?
Okay, so first off, I want to point out that this is, when we say early access for this one, this is super, super, super early access. This is like right at the beginning levels of early access.
They plan to be in there for 18 months. We'll just get that out right away.
Yeah. In this, you're playing as a vampire guy, some bald-headed dude. No idea who the fuck he is, but he is going up against this kingdom, more or less. And in it, you start off with a tutorial, and you kill enemies. Hopefully they don't kill you, because that just means you have to restart. And hopefully you don't have to spend like 30 minutes trying to do that like I did. You have a slashy button because he carries a sword with him. You have a dodge, which doesn't work for shit. Currently, they need to do a little work on that. And at the beginning, those are the only two abilities you have other than, obviously, jumping. So you have to deal with some soldiers. And then you get to unlock an ability for your character. There's 5 of them in total, I think you're going to end up having by the end of it. And that one basically just allows you to dash. And it's real quick, real nice, and it's not just in one direction. It's wherever you're looking at is how you dash. The game doesn't explain that to you. Would have been nice if they had, because I screwed it up a few times, which caused me to, have to replay that whole beginning part again, which definitely wasn't a reason why I was there for like 30 minutes in the tutorial at all. Total, no. But once you get that, you also get another
dumbass.
Yeah, basically. You get what is effectively a modifier, and the game teaches you, okay, well, this card uses that modifier, and voila, now this ability is a little better because everything is shown as cards. And then you're done with the tutorial. Fuck yeah! Woo! I can go play the game! Oh, there's one other level. Okay, let's do this!
Oh wait, I was late on that. I didn't. The one level.
Yeah. Sadly, right now they have the tutorial level, which you can continuously go to if you want to, or you have this other level which has 2 missions on it that you can do, and they're all done together. So you're not like, oh, I'm going to this level and I'll do this mission. No, you can do both of them if you want, because it's just about finding them and then completing them. One of them is finding some specialized soldiers who aren't just crossbowmen or swordsmen, but are instead hex blades, and they have scimitars. They can shoot you with pistols, and they can teleport by walking in and out of a portal that they can summon. So they become a little more difficult. There's also some, I consider them undead enemies, but apparently they're also soldiers. Some of them are like the necromorphs from Dead Space. They're a head that just crawls after you, and when it gets close enough to you, it explodes. There's a creature that screams at you, and when you kill it, its head pops off and chases after you until it explodes, and the body part of it starts spewing tentacles out of the neck hole, which is really cool. And then there's just a mutated zombie-ish guy who has one big hulking arm that wants to bash you. Meh. Those are basically all the enemy types that are currently in the game, because again, one level. And yeah, you're just going along this big snow-covered place at whatever time of day you happen to go into the game, because the game does always count forward time. And part of that, it has a system where there are different planets that align in this section, and each one of them, when they're aligned in it, gives you a bonus or a drawback. You're weaker during the day than you are at night, and these different planets aligning determine what extras you're basically getting throughout, which is an interesting mechanic. It can really kind of kick you right in the balls if you're unlucky, but otherwise, it's a really interesting addition to the game.
What would be worse, getting kicked in the balls or having your neck blown off? Or ripped off or exploded? Whatever, with tentacles.
That's a question for you and Jacob. I have no fucking clue.
Jacob, would you rather have tentacles come out your neck or your balls blown off?
Hold on. So, tentacles coming out of my neck or shooting into my neck?
Coming out of.
All right.
Your head exploding off and tentacles coming out of your neck.
Does my head, walk around and shit then?
Yep, until it explodes.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
Cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
exploding head.
Kids.
There we go. Now we have
Nothing
an answer.
else
There
will
we go.
be good on it on TikTok. I'll perform well.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's
will definitely be viral.
God, no. Other than that, you get a couple other abilities like a spinning blade and an ability to siphon blood out of enemies, as well as a biting ability to refill your health. All of these also get cards that can upgrade them when you have all the cards in a sequence. And you get cards at random from fighting enemies. Sometimes they'll drop some, and you can get duplicates, which kind of sucks. But yeah, that's it. That's all there is to the game, because, again, it's just one level.
Yeah, very early access. They say there's approximately 4 hours of gameplay with a straight playthrough. Secrets add another 2 to 3 hours. There are 7 playable classes planned for the game in the future, with new areas, dungeons, towers, cards, challenges, achievements, all that kind of fun stuff coming on the way. They're also going to work on voice acting and social features. They are charging for it now, but plan to make it free to play on release with cosmetic microtransactions. If you pick it up in early access, you'll end up with bonus cosmetics that will not be attainable after early access. So if you like your cosmetics, this might be one to jump in on early. But for the asking price of $20, what are your thoughts on this one?
Because this is so early access, I would wait, just because realistically, with how little's in here and how much work still needs to be done to make the combat flow decently and such, it's really hard to recommend it right now as it is.
Yeah.
But I would definitely keep an eye on it, because it does have some interesting concepts. So I think keep an eye on it at the very least. Probably don't buy in.
Follow, wish list, which one? Flip a coin.
Follow it, I think.
Cool. All right, sounds good. Let's move on to Constance, developed by Blue Backpack, published by Blue Backpack, ByteRockers Games, and PARCO Games. Released May 1st on Series X and S and PS5 for $19.99. Utilize paint-based mechanics to experience a constant state of flow. Dive into the ground and walls, slice through the air and enemies. Become stronger by unlocking new techniques with your brush that aid you in defeating threatening foes, overcoming platforming challenges, solving complex puzzles, and advancing your progress. That last one's kind of a given. Bri, Jacob, both of you played this. Bri, start us off. What is Constance?
This is an emotional game about a mental health journey. As such, it may not be right for everyone. That said, this is a 2D platformer with Metroidvania elements. This looks like it's a hand-drawn and animated game, because apparently it is. There's cinematic credits intro following a drop of paint downward, and then our hero awakens in a strange and beautiful land. She has purple hair made of what looks like the paint drop we were following down. We meet a strange flower named Frieda, and they give us a paintbrush, and we use it like a weapon. Frieda acts as a guide to the game. It really is. Shows us how to use save points as a place of rest to meditate and save the game. This game encourages you to stop and take a deep breath when you need it. As you go along, you'll find empty canvases you can paint with your brush that give you new powers, like a paint dive that allows you to move through otherwise damaging or impossible obstacles using the right trigger and at the cost of some paint from your meter. This also acts as a dash to help you further your jumps. You can also earn inspirations or personal skills that you can customize at save shrines, like the ability to get health regen when using the paint stab ability. You'll need to time your jumps and other paint skills a little in coordination with your paint meter, which refills over time quickly. If you use all your paints and keep going, you'll be corrupted and you'll lose health faster. You'll actually lose health at all just for going past your paint meter, basically. You can visually see the corruption by the color of your hair turning black, which was a really cool effect. You also have to worry about the puppet's curse. If you die, you have 2 options. You can go back to the last save shrine and lose a little progress potentially, or accept the puppet's curse, making enemies stronger. You also get a map early on that allows you to see where you are, where you've yet to go, and and you can get to that by pressing the menu button, or there's a quick right stick press you can do to remind you like a little mini map where you're headed, and I really liked that.
Yeah, that was really helpful.
Yeah. Enemies are fun and inventive. There's a good variety too. I got to an early section where there were little robots that get alarmed and charge at you, which was cute. And then there was this flying robot with the propeller that came down from the sky with dangling arms. And then it saw me, and his arms actually had boxing gloves on. And he got into like an old timey boxing pose to spar with me, and I giggled. There are challenging boss fights. You'll need to time your shots, master your skills, dodge an awful lot to beat. There are also mini boss arenas you can get stuck in until you finish the fight to unlock areas on your path. Ultimately, the plot seems to be for our heroine to get home, but she'll need to find a way to fix the train along the way. And she'll need to help the denizens of the strange world to free them of their corrupted robots and other kinds of corruption. A lot of the story is told through box text with NPCs, but there's also a lot told through the environment as well. You'll find vendors along your journey to buy upgrades using the sparks you collect from your enemies. One of the things you can buy is photo paper. Once you find the rescue the camera bot, you can take pictures of the screen and pin it to the map to view later. This way, if you're trying to remember where something was that you wanted to go back to after finding a skill upgrade, you can see where it was on the map clearly. I liked that feature a lot.
That sounds handy.
Back to the emotional content of the game. There are scenes with corruption where you're subjected to like bleak conversations about how fragile hope is. There are also scenes with Constance in the real world working at her hectic job where people and computers are constantly demanding her attention, like my cats. You're collecting tears to cut through the restraints. The tears represent some painful memories in your life. Like there's one scene that is a rhythm game about when Constance was young in a violin class and the teacher is berating her and telling her she'll never be good enough. And I felt that. Side note, that boss was really hard. Let's talk settings. The game comes in a good amount of languages. There are remappable controls, which I need to do to get through something I'm working on. Accessibility options make the game a little easier, like having halving or removing types of damage. You can change the HUD size, turn the heartbeat off, stuff like that. There's also a speedrun mode you can turn on. There's lots of little things to fiddle with that make the game to your liking. The speedrun mode is required if you want the 100% achievement completion. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Even with some of the accessibility settings in the game, though, there are parts that are still challenging, but it feels rewarding regardless. Sometimes I felt like the wall jump or left trigger dot jumps were a little too hard to navigate, and they weren't really any accessibility functions for those. The art is beautiful. They are dripping things and bubbles and movement all over the rooms you explore. The color palette is in the different areas are rich and full of like glowing lights and dappled sunlight and foggy, misty areas and shiny objects, and the enemy animations were fabulous. Constance has her paint hair constantly moving, and there's like a slight breathing bounce to her overall standing animation. The music was pretty fabulous, and there's no voice acting in this, but it really didn't need it. I gotta say, I'm really picky about this genre. I could compare this to something like Hollow Knight, so this was a win for me. I will say that there was a mechanic or two I wasn't fond of, but that just took some extra practice, and maybe, like I was saying, I'm gonna fiddle with some buttons. There are these white dots you can link to with left trigger that slingshot you around or teleport you between nodes, and it was really hard to figure out how to control. You get that power a little later on, and sometimes the pogo power, or just the combination of timed separate buttons you would need to press to get through an area, was a really big challenge. But I felt like I was up to it, though. Jacob, what about your experience?
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. It's just like the game constantly does challenge you, but it never feels impossible, which I do appreciate about that. And I really enjoyed like the cast of characters that you get to meet within it. They were a lot of fun.
The Queen of the Trash Heap was pretty entertaining. She's like completely.
I didn't know I was in the game.
Yeah, she was just like completely uninterested in your journey. She's like, yeah, whatever. If you find something.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh,
you just cut out.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just cut out, Bri.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was done talking.
Well, I mean, it cut out during the middle of your sentence.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Queen
None
of the
of us
trash
do.
heap.
All good. I
Okay.
have no idea what I said.
Jacob, give us your thoughts.
Yeah, like, I definitely like the accessibility stuff because they didn't have a feature where you could turn off the thorns, getting hurt by the thorns,
Right.
which made that heck of a lot easier for me, because I'm awful at platformers and most games in general, but anyways, I had a lot of fun with this. Like it kept oh shoot. I'm gonna forget the name of the game too that I was about to reference. I don't know. Like for me, I saw it as a Metroidvania through and through. I think it was a lot of fun. Like it's definitely gameplay wise more accessible. Subject matter, maybe not.
Rated E for everyone.
Well, yeah, but
Or these hands, but that's irrelevant.
but yeah, like really solid gameplay, good controls, beautiful art. Like
All right,
rerun
20
over
bucks.
most of it.
Give me
It's
some
a really good
verdicts.
game. $20, yeah, I'd go for it.
I think the time to beat this game is going to take most people in the 15 to 20 hour range, and that's a good amount of content for that price. There are actually achievements for beating the story in under 3 hours if you want to put that speedrun mode on. And I think the quality is there, the enjoyment is there, the emotional context isn't too overbearing. I think this game has a good balance to it, and even with those couple of skills that I said got challenging toward the middle of the game, I'm actually going to say buy it to a Metroidvania.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a speedrun mode.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's move on. Wax Heads, developed by Patattie Games, published by Curve Games, released May 5th. Xbox Play Anywhere, PS5, PC, $14.99. Wax Heads is a cozy punk narrative sim about working in a struggling record store. Chat to quirky customers with unique tastes, explore a handcrafted record collection, fall in love with bands and their drama, or just slack off with your colleagues, whatever gets everyone's groove back. Jacob, what is Wax Heads?
So Wax Heads is a it's pretty much like a point and click adventure visual novel, and you are the new employee at this record store, and the game walks you through like, all right, so this is how your average transaction is going to work out. You feed some paper through the register, you ring up the LP, take their cash, all that kind of stuff. But working at the record store is not just as simple as just ringing people out all day. People are going to come to you for recommendations. They're going to come and just talk. And at the same time, you also need to start becoming knowledgeable about everything. Like, there's a TV on that does kind of like the MTV stuff. Are you paying attention to that? Are you paying attention to this game's version of Rolling Stone? With music reviews and music news and all that kind of stuff. And then there's also your different coworkers and all their drama in their own private lives, which of course is going to come spilling out into the workplace too. And it's a very honestly, it's a very thoughtful story, and honestly, I'd almost say like a level of meditation with it too. But in terms of gameplay, it kind of takes, I wouldn't say actually, I don't know. Part of me wants to compare it to Papers, Please, but it's not quite like that. It's not as shady and if you let a spy through, you're doomed forever. Not like that kind of stuff, but you have a different like you have a cast of characters that are going to constantly come around, and you have to know what they want. And so you really have to explore the record collection that's in the store, which of course, like, it changes. Like, you know, whatever's in stock, you know, obviously as people buy it and the store the store reorders more, all that kind of stuff. And you need to be doing that on your own time so you can make all these recommendations to people. And the game will start off pretty easily. It's just like, oh, I need the latest record from, you know, so-and-so rock group. But then it starts getting into like weird, like not weird stuff, but more mature conversations that you'd be expecting. Like people are like pouring out like life stories, or like, do you have this album? Like, this reminds me of my husband, you know, back, you know, in 1967, like all this, like so-and-so, that kind of stuff. You also have like parents who are worried about like what their kids are listening to, and, you know, are they making good decisions and all that kind of stuff. And it's just really fascinating. Like just like how in depth everything in this game is. Like I actually used to work at a comic book store, for a bit, and it was kind of like a similar experience. I mean, except, you know, I'm trying to like guide people to like what comic books they want to like read and stuff like that. And I'd say it captures that kind of like independent retail pretty damn well. And honestly, like the game's a joy to play. Like I love the characters. The music is good. Like I like that there's like, you know, like the music that comes out of the jukebox is actually varied and not just like the same stuff like over and over again, or like one type of stuff. And but yeah, like I'm having fun with it. I'd really recommend it. Like this isn't one that you should sleep on.
All right, well, it's $15. Give me your thoughts.
Absolutely. Definitely. $15. That's a great deal for this.
All right, any other final thoughts on it?
No, other than get it now.
I like the visuals in it. It's really stylistic.
You know what? Oh, shoot. Thank you for actually reminding me of that. One of the, like, it kind of has Scott Pilgrim-ish art to it.
It does.
Which I was just like, I wonder if Brian Lee O'Malley worked on this at all. But I'm sure they would have said something, maybe.
Murray Summerwolf is the creative doodler.
The creative doodler.
Yes.
I like that.
Creative programmer Rothio Tome. Or Tome.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
But yeah, solid game. Check it out.
Beans. Next up,
That's
Tiny Lands 2. Huh?
I said that's two music, like heavy music stories. So we
Mixtape and Waxheads.
Yeah. What a time.
You, Zach. Let's screw that all up with the next game. It has nothing to do with music at all. Next up, Tiny Lands 2, developed by Hyper 3 Studio, published by Hidden Trap, released May 14th, Series X and S and PS5 for $9.99. Tiny Lands 2 brings finding the differences to the next level. Dioramas mix photorealistic daily objects in 3D, explore from any angle stunning visual scenes with a real sense of handcrafting, and enjoy beautiful experiences with a refreshing visual aesthetic to relax and chill. Those were words. Bri, tell us about Tiny Lands 2.
I also have words. This is a find the differences game in 3D dioramas you can rotate and zoom in and out of and spin around. You can pan in the scene using the D-pad. You can zoom with right trigger and out with right bumper because left trigger is a hint. Whoops. There's also photo mode you can enter to see the scene as it's supposed to be, as opposed to the split screen you get in the Find the Difference mode. Yeah, there are hidden jigsaw pieces to find, and if you collect them all, you get stickers that build towards collectibles. Once you collect a difference, it turns into a shiny gold sparkling thing, so you know you found it already. That took me way too long to figure out. I was like, what is the sparkly thing? Oh, I see now. Once you find all the differences, the scene ends and awards you stars. You can go back into previous levels and find the missing jigsaw pieces. You can also leave early if you just can't find the last difference. But you use stars to unlock surrounding levels that you gain access to by completing previous ones nearby. So you kind of have to finish them, some of them at some point, to get enough stars to get to the next level if you're stuck. It is similar to the previous game, but the interface was somehow more interesting to me. The levels are all dioramas of different things. A lot of them are tiny people doing things with larger than them everyday objects. One of the first few levels I did was little people putting together a giant gunpla.
Hello, you've caught my attention.
Exactly. And they look like the sorts of things that kids might build out of random shit. Like there's a spaceship out of pizza slice and some bottle caps. And then there's like mushrooms for moon rocks and bendy straws for skis. And it's just really creative and fun to explore these dioramas. The music is really soothing and feels tailored to each scene. There are little sound effects based on the level's themes, like train whistles nearby a toy train, and spray paint shaking sounds near the spray can on the gunflow level. The achievements in this are mainly collectible based. There are some for finding collectibles and puzzle pieces and differences, like a certain amount of differences. There are a couple for using the photo mode. It's a pretty straightforward but rewarding list. In photo mode, you can see the overall level better as a single screen, but also the stickers you've earned from finding puzzle pieces can be used, and you can take pictures of the scenes you like the best. Outside the stress of not being able to find that last difference or puzzle piece, this game isn't stressful. It's really relaxing. I loved exploring the things.
They even advertise that the game has their no punishment policy where there's no time limit. Just set your favorite chill music or the SML podcast and play at your own pace.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's a good amount of content in this game. You can play at your own pace. You just need to find 5 differences per diorama. There's a generous hint system you can use with no penalty that gives you an area to find the difference. There's also a local co-op mode in this sequel. Colorblind profiles, inverted axes are available. The level design is clever and adorable. Like, this feels more inviting than the first game somehow, and I like the first one too. I feel like the cursor moves great to find object differences. I think I would have liked some of the controls to be a little different to my taste, like changing the zoom in and out to triggers and putting the hint button on the bumper, but overall, improved and relaxing fun game.
$10. What do you think?
I think the price is pretty good. There are like 50 levels to explore. It's a nice take on the find the different style of puzzle with the 3D environment. It's great to zone out to and just relax. Like, it's a buy it for me.
Rock on. Sounds relaxing.
Yeah.
I like these games. They're good.
Me too.
I also like these games. Arcade Archives 2, Arkanoid, developed and published by HAMSTER, released May 6th on Series X and S, Switch 2, and PS5 for $9.99. Arkanoid is a brick breaker released by Taito in 1986. Take the helm of the spacecraft Deadhaus and bounce the energy ball to shatter the space walls. Your goal is to escape from the dimension of a warped labyrinth and return to the mothership Arkanoid. Collecting power-up items will give you the edge you need to conquer each stage. Jacob, Arkanoid is probably one of the best-known arcade classics ever in history. What do you think of this one?
So, this one was actually pretty challenging for me. I mean, I've played games like I've either played Arkanoid or games like it pretty much all through my life. But then I realized, like, most of them have been played on a keyboard with, like, deciding how to make the arrows go back and forth, or using the arrows on the keyboard to make everything go back and forth. With that, and I am not good at this game on an Xbox controller. Like,
really?
Yeah, I am. My kids were like watching me, and they're just like, "Dad, I thought you said you were good at this." I'm like, I am. Shut up. Like,
Is it that the Voss moves too fast, too slow? What is it?
it moves too slow for me.
Oh.
Like, and it's just like I would keep doing all of these near misses, and my kids like are like. My
I mean,
kids
that
can't
kind of
decide
was
whether or
Arkanoid
not-
in the arcade, though.
I don't remember it being this, like, I don't want to say bad, but it's just like, it's different. Like, I don't know. I always felt like I did pretty decently at this game, but anyways, I mean, it's a sci-fi version of Brick Breaker. Like, we've all played it. You have a ball that bounces off your little paddle, and then it breaks the bricks above you.
If you were
now,
a Game Boy
Arkanoid-
kid, you might know it as Alleyway.
Okay. And Arkanoid mixes up everything by throwing in all sorts of power-ups, which will drop from these bricks as you keep hitting them. You know, most of the power-ups are good, but of course you also start needing to recognize what's dropping, because otherwise you could really screw yourself over. Like, I mean, it's possible to have like extensions and then it get really short on you. But it's all stuff that should theoretically help you, you know, save the ball and keep it moving across all these bricks. That being said, I was horrendous at this. I'm going to be practicing it more, because it's just like, I know I can do this. Like, it's just like, it's frustrating. Also, I have to preserve my honor in front of my kids. But a lot of
no honor.
I know. But a lot of Arcade Archives titles, like, they have the normal arcade mode. They have like the online rankings. There's the marathon mode. You know, so it's the usual stuff that you're used to. This one's tough. Like, I don't know if it's just me or if it's just maybe I've been playing easier versions of Arkanoid all my life, and like now that I'm playing like
Oh, we're getting raided.
oh my god,
We're getting the screams. Trivium Champ and 5 Raiders, welcome in, everyone. We are chatting about Arcade Archives 2 Arkanoid. It is the console version of the classic arcade title release, Arkanoid. Did you know it got ported to the ZX Spectrum, the Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, BBC Micro, MSX, Atari 8-bit computers, Apple II, NES, Amiga, Atari ST, Apple II GS, and IBM PC compatible computers.
I mean, I do remember it on Apple II and Apple II GS.
And Tandy Color Computer 3.
Well, no, I didn't have a Tandy.
I'm just saying that's all the versions.
Oh, right. No, I get you.
Yeah. This is one of my all-time favorite.
Oh yeah,
games.
I mean, it's a solid arcade game. Like, I love Arkanoid. It's just this version I seem to be absolutely horrendous at.
It hasn't changed. Your reflexes have just gone worse, Jacob.
Thank you. At the age of 41, I am super aware of that.
I'm so glad you did that.
Y'all can go to hell.
$10, Jacob. What do you think of Arkanoid?
I would recommend it. I mean, I'm always a big fan of the Arcade Archives titles. This one just seems to be more challenging than my memory, believes it to be.
Apparently, Arkanoid appeared in Life is Strange: True Colors?
I didn't play it.
Huh. Bri, did you play that one? Or Aki?
I did.
Did you run into Arkanoid in the game?
It's possible. It's been a while.
Interesting.
I'm guessing that there's some sort of like arcade that you can visit in the game or something.
I don't know.
I feel like there was a bar. Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah, did you give your verdict? I don't remember. I'm drunk.
Yes, buy it.
Okay,
You're
good.
drunk?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Don't drink alcohol, really.
I thought you said you were drunk.
No.
Okay.
You just asked if I was, and I said no.
Okay. Oh my god. Never
I
mind.
am not an alcoholic. No, I don't drink. I just
Yeah, I
drink
know
weed.
God, I hate talking to you.
Good. Next up, Faircroft's Antiques, The Forbidden Crypt, developed by BoomZAP, published by Ocean Media, released May 6th on Xbox One and Series for $6.99. When an old friend requests Mia's help restoring an old cathedral, she packs her bags for the seaside town of Porto Nicasti, Italy. But soon she finds trouble in paradise. A crypt below the church holds a long-lost secret that a powerful family is desperate to keep. Search through the visually dazzling hidden object scenes, restore art pieces in need of love, and reveal what history forgot in Faircroft's Antiques, The Forbidden Crypt. Jacob, Bri, both you covered this. Jacob, start us off. What is going on in Faircroft's Antiques?
To be honest, I have no idea because this is obviously part of a series, and since I haven't played the previous ones, it was just impossible to follow.
I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
It was so much fun just watching your face on the Twitch stream as you just have this look of like disgust as I keep talking. It was beautiful. Anyway, all right. So
that's just the natural reaction, the look of disgust.
It follows these two women. One of them is a librarian, and the other one is like an
antiques expert. Yeah.
Art and antiques expert who's also good at restoring stuff. For anybody who actually does work in the library sciences, I'll warn you right now, this librarian is no librarian. Yeah.
Is it a sexy librarian then?
No.
Oh.
And in fact, I need to like point one thing out that is very important to me. The main character, Mia, looks like a young Melania Trump with a super fake smile painted on, and it irritated me the entire time I played the game.
Oh.
Anyway, you were saying, Jacob.
So anyways, they're on their latest, jet-setting trip, and they land in this area of Italy, and oh my god, like amazingly enough, like all these characters who they've met in other games are also in this town too. Weird how they showed up. And the game actually kind of like, gives you a nudge in the ribs about that too, because it's just like this guy, what's his name? Travis, I think his name is. He shows up like literally everywhere. Like he holds down like 5 different jobs in the town. Anyway, so you're there, you're helping out this pastor this priest friend of yours with some art stuff, and you get embroiled in the local historical gossip, and it's up to you to try to fix it. And naturally, you're going to fix it by doing a bunch of hidden object puzzles, but also other random, puzzle, like side puzzles that you find in a lot of these hidden object games. I will say this, like, it never got to be too difficult. Like, it was just the right amount of challenging for me that I wasn't like, I'm done with this. Like, I've actually gotten pretty darn far in the story. I haven't finished it yet, but it's been I've kept on with this one. I was a little surprised by that. And a lot of the puzzles, it's just like, it's sort of, sometimes it's a list. Sometimes it's like, what is a child's toy that has a tail?
The riddles were cool.
Yeah, you had to okay, I'm going to click on the kite. And one of the things I did like about the locations is that generally the items all stayed in the same spot between puzzles. And so it's just like if you had been there before, you knew where the stuff was. And so even if like this time you didn't have to worry about a toy airplane, next puzzle, it might come up and you're like, I already know where the toy airplane is. So honestly, I'm enjoying it. Like, obviously leave your brain at the door entertainment, but so far I'm having fun. It's a good way to pass the time. Bri?
Yeah, I thought there were a good variety of styles of puzzles. I really enjoyed the story. I thought this was one of the better ones I've seen in a while for story.
Yeah, it's more in depth than you'd think.
Yeah, and there's like almost a motion graphic kind of thing going on with the avatars and the box text to kind of have some like hand gestures and facial changes. And there's like, some motion like bugs and flowers swaying and stuff to give it some visual interest, which I thought was nice. Good variety of puzzles. There's like 20 chapters, I think, in the story. Plus, this is a collector's edition as released on console, has all the bonus chapters that were, released separately on PC with like 30 plus levels. There was no zoom in this, which was not a sin to me. I thought that actually, it really was not a bothersome thing. There is a hint system that you can use. Basically, it's a cool hidden object puzzle game where you repair antiques and solve historic mysteries while getting to know the locals, and I really liked it.
Yeah, it was surprisingly good.
Cool. Sounds like a good one from Ocean and BoomZAP. It is $7. Give me some verdicts.
Heck yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, that price is fantastic. It didn't have any major sins. I enjoyed the music as well. That was surprisingly good. The story was good. I would say buy it.
All right. Sounds good. All right, Jacob, that is it for you. We'll let you get going so you could go take a nap because you're feeling poopy. All right. Do you have any final words?
Go play Waxheads.
Fours is out in an hour. I'm playing that.
So yeah, man, get your shit together. Go play Waxheads in that hour.
I might have something to do then.
Lame.
Anyway, next up, So Much Stuff, developed by BoomZAP as well, published by Ocean Media. Released May 6th, Xbox One and Series for $6.99. The ultimate sorting and matching game. Come along and find all the stuff in this clever hidden object game. You'll search for tons of objects and trinkets through dozens of themed scenes from safari to geology and more. With so much to find and a variety of mini games to conquer, So Much Stuff is a hidden objects fan's dream. Bri, tell us about So Much Stuff.
As much as I liked Faircroft Antiques, I played this one more this week. This isn't the normal hidden object game. This is a collection of puzzles where you sort, match, jigsaw, and swap to different themes. Themes are like vegetable garden, beaches, Japan, China, ancient Greece, a candy shop, kitchen stuff. I think there's like 20 different themes in the main game, and then there's bonus stuff as well. And there are 4 different game types per theme, making for like 80 plus games to play. Wow. Each game gives you a little tutorial on how to play it, and then you can play the puzzles in any order in each chapter, but the chapter isn't finished until you do all 4 of them, and it won't let you go on to the next theme until you complete all the puzzles in the theme. So in the sort game, there's actually 5 different types of games, but you have to do 4 per theme, if that makes sense. So in the sort game, you have to find all the collectible pieces using a drawing clue to help you find the pieces you need. And sometimes all while removing things that come in pairs. It's awkward with layers when you click on things and they sort of shake no at you. So you have to remove items based on what's on the top sometimes. Things disappear while you go, so it becomes easier to find other things. And then eventually you'll find all the stuff in the drawing and the scene is complete. In the So Much Stuff game, you'll find all the collectibles for the picture using the drawing, but you need to find hidden objects based on what's written on a little piece of paper, like find X amount of onions, or 6 carrots, or 2 cabbages. Some papers are folded and things are layered again. So you have to wait until you find a certain amount of things to unfold the paper so that you can find the next category. And then again, you find the pieces to the thing in your drawing and move on to the next puzzle. In swap games, you have a photo that is cut into strips or other geometric shapes and jumbled up. You simply just have to find the border of the picture and match the edges and then swap strips or whatever until it comes back into the original picture. And when you get one in the right spot, it locks in and removes itself from play so you don't mess it up, which is a nice touch. Jigsaw games are about what they sound. You take cut up pieces of a picture, put them back together by dragging the pieces until it clicks into place to form a proper picture. No rotating is required for the pieces, but there is no real picture guide, just a shape to fill in as a hint. And they're not like the standard little jigsaw piece that you're used to. They're kind of cut into interesting shapes based on the actual picture you're using on the theme. There's also a find the difference game where you have two screens next to each other and you have to find the things that don't match between the identical screens or nearly identical screens. This type doesn't show up until later in the game. And this is a console port, so you get all the bonus content in one collection instead of spread out like it was originally released on PC. There's a collectibles section to check what you found, bonus chapters once you finish the main game, and a music player. You also get to use a cursor like you would on PC, not so much utilizing console controller functions well, but once you change the mindset, it's easy enough to navigate. There are hints you can use by clicking the question mark button, and that will either fill in a puzzle piece or highlight things for you or whatever. There's no real penalties to using them. It just refills slowly. Music is pretty generic background stuff, but there's a music player in the menu if you like any of the tracks with the name of the artist, if you want to find it. Lots of like indie guitar, a little bit of twang in a couple tracks. Graphically speaking, the objects are sharp, not too small. The colors were vibrant. This isn't the sort of game I would like to play straight through, but in small chunks at the end of the night, in between bigger games, as a palate cleanser. That said, I feel like there was a good amount of content, and I really enjoyed this despite a lack of story.
Yeah, it seems like it's just Does it even need a story? It just seems like a collection of fun.
Yeah, it's just so much stuff, and if you like finding stuff, this one actually caught my attention. I played this a lot.
Is it $7 worth of so much stuff?
It is absolutely. It's delightful. Where I would normally complain about a lack of reason to find stuff in, this works. I think the price is fantastic. Buy it.
Very good. And if you are on the fence, next week, Ryan Niemiller will be on the show reviewing some solitaire games from Ocean Media, and we'll probably be doing giveaways that week. So
sweet.
We'll have a key for so much stuff to unload to one of you lucky peoples. But next up, All Hail the Orb, developed by LeGingerDev, published by LeGingerDev and GrabTheGames, released April 20th on Steam for $6.99. All Hail the Orb is a short, quirky pixel art incremental game about powering a mysterious orb, summoning cultists, exploring a dungeon, and slowly unlocking automation as devotion builds. The tone is lighthearted and a little silly, with no fail states, relaxed pacing, and yes, many, many ducks. Aki, what is All Hail the Orb?
Okay, in this, you suddenly wake up in a dungeon. Woohoo! Not that kind of dungeon. Aww. And, you first see this orb and you start clicking it because it starts telling you to click it. And, you do what you're told. And
you
suddenly
puppet.
there's... Exactly. And then suddenly there's this little fat demon-y thing that's adorable that's like, hey, yeah, you're going to awaken my master now because I fucking told you so. That's why. And that requires you to click the orb more. As you click the orb, you eventually get a bunch of devotion, and you can use that to unlock doors throughout the building and buy upgrades for both the Orb of Devotion itself, as well as for other upgrade stations for various other items. This is an idle game. You just go around clicky. It is fun. In this one, it's all about cults, basically.
Are you clicky right now?
You didn't hear any
clicking.
You
are. You're playing it right now.
Shush. And yeah, everything does have a specific amount of upgrades, it seems, and it doesn't unlock more when you're at the end of them. Like, for instance, some of the upgrades might be you get devotion power, dun, dun, and it has 20 levels. Once you hit level 20, it's done. There's no more. After you buy the first level of anything, if there's more upgrades for that thing for the individual item that you're upgrading to have, it'll pop the next one. So you want to grab the first upgrade every time it pops open just until you have all of the upgrades that you can find. And then you start upgrading the shit out of them. Because, like, right now, I think my devotion thing can handle, like, 5 million devotion before I'm no longer getting more of it. And I'm not maxed out on anything yet, on everything that is yet. There are items that cost over 5 million in the devotion area. You do eventually unlock the ability to buy cultists, and they will go around, and you can assign them to a bunch of different stations to get the various different items for you. One of those being devotion, which is the main one, but there's also like life essence that's attached to a giant diamond spinning it real quick with magic that you can also pay for them to do. And yeah, those are the main stations I found. There's also an electricity making station that uses the ducts. I don't understand how that works, and I'm not going to pretend like I ever will. I'm just going to nod and say, okay. There's also a mushroom growing section that is all you. You have to do every fragment of that. That is not automated, and that takes a lot of money to get all the upgrades in that, because you have to buy each like plot of land that you grow the mushrooms in and stuff. So it's gonna take a good long fucking time. I have around half of it open at this point, I think. And yeah, that's a majority of all the areas I've found so far. And I played this for a few hours at least last night, and then I've had it up and running in the background a good chunk of today, and I still haven't done everything there is in this game yet. So yeah, it's a nice long game. You're going to be sitting here for a while. After all, it is an idle clicker. That's kind of a little bit sort of what you'd kind of
that's
do.
The point, yeah.
Yeah.
$7. What do you think of this one?
I'm totally for it. I actually really kind of like idle games. They're kind of fun. I don't like taking too many of them because they're idle games. Real hard to be like, oh yeah, I finished this one. It took like 50, 60 hours, and I'm playing 5 other. No, you're only playing one at a time. That's all you can play. So yeah, but it's fun. I like it. I'm totally for it. Go grab it.
Very good. Finally tonight, we have 2 games from Friedemann and Future Friends Games. Bri, how do you want to handle these?
I took notes where I referenced each other. So let's start with SummerHouse and yeah.
Sounds good. SummerHouse, developed by Friedemann, published by Future Friends Games, released May 15th, Series X and S and PC. PS5, $4.99. Craft a neighborhood of tiny, beautiful, lived-in homes in a variety of settings. The sea, the city, or the mountains. While there's some little secrets to uncover, there are no rules. You can't win or lose, just chill out, build to your heart's content, and soak up the atmosphere. If relaxing and creation are your thing, this is a game for you. Bri, sounds pretty straightforward.
It mostly is. I have an amazing amount of things to say about this. This German developer has worked on some other cool games you might have heard of: Pizza Possum, Islanders, and Superflight. I first saw a demo of SummerHouse last year, and I am happy this made it to console. This is a super chill sandbox game where you just enjoy the experience of placing things and being creative. This is similar to games like Urban Jungle and Cloud Garden. Fun fact, Noyo Games, the creator of Cloud Gardens, and Friedemann worked together on Pizza Possum and have some similar skills and styles. And he's also listed as a special thanks in the credits for both games. So I'm sorry if I'm getting a little sidetracked here about Noyo. Also created another game I love called Kingdom New Lands. Tangent about their friendship over. To start this game, you have the option New House, and it opens a selection of biome settings for your creation. There's the lake with mountains in the background, a clearing in the forest with a creek nearby, a hill with a cityscape in the background, and a desert setting. From here, you have a blank canvas to create with. There aren't really any rules to this game. It's just a creative tool set. The only real goals outside of that are the achievement list, which is fairly simplistic and you can get done in about an hour if you have a guide and some persistence in clicking. There are fun secrets to find if you allow yourself the freedom to do so, like unlocking new blocks with special combinations of other blocks. Controls are pretty intuitive. Uses a combination of cursor on the right stick and controller buttons. You can put the whole thing into cursor mode if you have trouble remembering keys, but a quick hover over the cursor over the menu bar will remind you what the buttons are. You have a bar on the left side with the majority of your blocks. You have a bar on the right side to change the weather, and on the bottom you have an undo, redo, delete, rotate block, and start or replay button, which I could not find the point of. Back to the left bar, because that is most of your selections. You have a few categories of blocks or pre-made objects. There are walls and stairs, roofs and awnings, doors, windows, plants, and miscellaneous objects. You can select category and press the B button to cycle through, or you can use the D-pad to open a gallery of available blocks for each. You also have a random block selector and eyedropper tool. With the eyedropper tool, you can simply copy a block rather than go search for it again and then stamp it where you want it. I had way too much fun with the random block creator, just seeing what kind of madness I could concoct out of the random blocks. I made some really cool stuff. There's also the ability to change depth or zoom in and out with the trigger buttons. The play space is surprisingly big and tall. If you move the cursor around, you may find that the perceived invisible wall is not in fact there, and you have more to build on than you thought. The ability to build skyscrapers or the Hanging Gardens of Nebuchadnezzar are totally within your grasp if you choose. You can build a homestead habitat block or a simple summer home. Graphics-wise, standard form is pixelized, but it turns out that's just an aesthetic filter. The art style lends itself well to the pixel look, but there's so much more movement in this, I think it would be hard to actually pixel art that. The reflection work in the water is beautiful. There's a lot of movement from reeds in the water, swaying trees and plants. There are particles moving around like dust and bugs and things. The art style is fairly minimalistic without the filter, like the style of some old Flash animations. But the result of the two together is gorgeous. The pixel filter gives the whole thing a depth and charm to it. There are even weather and time of day effects you can apply to make it night or add some rain. The music was delightful and dreamy. Simple, it flowed with the wind, gave that summer house vibe. There were, I think, maybe one slightly disappointing thing to this game. There weren't enough blocks for me to play with. I created some fabulous things, but I wanted more varied types of blocks. But this is like a solo creator doing a cool thing. So yeah, I think the disappointing thing was I wanted more. So to sum up, this is a true sandbox. There are no points or goals, just a relaxing building experience for artistic sake. Have fun with pixel blocks that are beautifully crafted. Unlock characters by placing different kinds of blocks together. It may not be for everyone, but it was definitely for me.
Very good. $5.
The price is fabulous. The game is beautiful. It's not the most detailed sandbox I've ever played in, but I found it to be actually relaxing, unlike something like Minecraft Creative Mode, where I often felt overwhelmed by the size and need to find resources. So if you're looking for rules and goals beyond those few easy achievements, this may not be for you, but I'm giving this a buy it.
Very good. And then the final game is Slots and Daggers, developed by Friedemann and published by Future Friends Games. It's also released May 15th as an Xbox Play Anywhere title and PS5 for $7.99. After my last game, SummerHouse, I wanted to make something radically different. Still small but faster, with numbers, fights, and goblins. The result is Slots and Daggers, a strange little blend of slot machine and fantasy RPG. To make this game, I combine a lot of things I deeply love: weird fantasy worlds, crude drawings of strange little guys, old school crunchy hip-hop drum machines, and addictive arcade games that go pling 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 as they spit out little coins, with classic roguelike mechanics. Bri, what is Slots and Daggers?
So first, I want to just address that both the store write-ups are like little personal love letters to each individual player of Friedemann's games, and I love that. It's very personal. Friedemann wanted to make something completely different from SummerHouse, and he did that. This is a roguelike game mixed with slots. You start out with a basic set of skills, like a block, an attack, and a coin, and you head into the machine. Each round you get to use your selected skills to attack an enemy on the screen, but it is slots to determine what you actually get. So some powers and skills have alternate button presses. Like the big sword has a meter that pulses, and the higher you hit it on the meter, the more damage you do. Or the bow and arrow has like a swaying target, and if you hit the button while the target is over the enemy, you do damage, and if not, you miss. If you're good at little quick time events, this will be easy. If you're terrible at them, stick with some of the more basic powers. Don't worry if you want new things to spice up your slots. After every battle is won, you get a buying round. So you earn coins depending on things that you do, and you use the coins, which are different from chips. I'll get to that in a second. Use coins, you get different selections where you can get new and different powers with the coins you've earned. You can also buy power-ups, which are a slightly separate thing that you can then use your coins to activate. It sounds a little complex. It's actually fairly streamlined. You can also earn permanent upgrades to this section where you get new skills or power-ups that show in your library pretty regularly. After beating enemies, you get chips from the slots that help you get permanent upgrades to make your runs go more smoothly. You can upgrade some of the items more than once, but it gets more expensive each time. There is a refund all option if you want your points back to reallocate. With permanent upgrades, you can add permanent things to like health regen or resistance to types of attacks, physical or magical. You can open additional slot wheels up to like 5 instead of the starting 3 to give yourself even more opportunities per turn to do damage and get through your enemies. So yeah, you're fighting these little enemies. I'll explain that again in a second. My notes are just kind of scattered here because I had a lot of fun with this one, but it's hard to explain. There are 10 levels with different enemies to fight. You have to unlock the levels one at a time by beating the previous ones. If it is slots, so sometimes you get 3 of a kind and it crits for you on whatever symbol you land on. So if you like do damage for weapons, you'll get extra healing or poison or whatever on your 3-fer. That'll get harder to crit on when you have more slots because you got to get all like 5 in a row to get a crit, but you're doing 5 times damage instead of 3 times damage potentially. Sometimes you get lucky and you auto crit. I don't know what triggers that, but you get like a lucky thing and it'll just happen. Sometimes there's dice on the side of the screen that will just like roll on the side and fun things happen. Couldn't figure out what triggered that either. You heal after every enemy. You can also get things like a banana to eat and heal in your slots. There's a healing spell. So there's different ways to like expand your runs. The enemies are fun. It almost feels like I'm playing this game on a Pip-Boy and the enemies are creatures from the wasteland. There's like a giant egg named Eggo. There's a moth called Mothgull. There's the Crabatar. There's a hammer goblin. And I'm sure you can tell from that I have only made it so far in the game because it's different runs and you're expanding on your skills. And I'm going to be playing this game a lot more because it's kind of addictive. They also have different things you can strategize over once you learn their weaknesses and strengths. There's still a fair amount of random in your runs, but for example, Poison Dagger might work really well against an enemy later on in your run, so it might behoove you to have it early on to make sure that you have it in your run and you're not like waiting for it to pop up as a possible skill you can buy during your run. Graphically, we have that same kind of pixel art filter, I'm guessing, that we did in SummerHouse. The main screen is a weird kind of sci-fi slot machine, and then some other cool stuff like a glass with a drink and an orange and like an ice cube bopping. And there's a smoking lit cigarette in an ashtray and fluttering paper. And it's all a really great effect with the pixels because it just looks like this deep, deep pixel art. But it's that like layered effect with it's a really cool effect. I'm not a game dev, but like artistically, I think it's really creative and cool. The music is like this bluesy guitar mixed with hip hop beats, and generally it's just a bop. The game is simple. It's addictive. I'm not always into roguelikes, but this one hits good. It says in the store write-up that the campaign might take 4 to 8 hours to complete, and that feels good for this. I wouldn't want it to overstay its welcome.
Yeah. Well, $8. What do you think of this one?
Call me a fan of Friedemann's work. I think the price is inexpensive. The game is really fun. I'm going to call this a buy it too.
So 2 good ones from Friedemann and Future Friends Games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fun little package. They should have bundled them.
I think that would be a good idea for the future, for sure.
Bundle them for like $9.99. Get them both. Good deal. $8.
Yeah.
Yeah. $10.99, something like that.
Yeah.
Be a good bundle. The Friedemann bundle. Yeah. The Future Friedemann bundle.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, we are done. We are finished. That is it for this episode. Not horrible time tonight, but I'm excited because I get to play Forza in 45 minutes.
Yay!
Yay! Anyone have any final words?
7 for 7. I did 7 games tonight, and all 7 of them were a buy it. That is an impressive week.
That is.
For games.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
Music.